Hi everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's video I'll be using our new MTPRT add-ons for NinjaTrader 7. This is what you can see here. So today I'd like to look at how the US E-minis unfolded yesterday, particularly as it was quite a hard day, and I think it's always good doing videos and actually show you how software unfolds on hard days. It's easy to make money on easy days when there's nice big moves, but it's a little bit more challenging when we get a day like yesterday, which was Monday, March the 17th, where the market's basically gapped up. You can see here, gapped up, and then basically chopped sideways throughout the rest of the day. As far as our standard MTPredictor trade setups, the STF was blue. You can see here, this is our trend color-coded indicator. Blue means an uptrend, therefore you should just be looking for buy setups. So as you can see here, we had a TS3 buy setup. So if I just right mouse click over this blue buy bar, place analysis on, you can see that our target was actually way up here, but as I've already said, yesterday was quite a difficult day where it was just choppy and sideways. So in reality, if you were doing standard MTPredictor trade management guidelines, the market would have gone sideways and you'd have probably come out on close for a potential 1.8R profit. As you can see there, 1.8R. So small profit on a quite choppy, horrible day. Let's have a look and see how the more advanced traders among you would have actually viewed this as well. Advanced traders move to the higher time frame charts. So let's go to the 15-minute chart and we place our DPs or WPTs on the charts to see where we are. So as we showed in our training webinar yesterday, we'd have placed a DP off the last pivot, which is the one I'm circulating here, or circling here I should say here. Right mouse click, place the decision point on, and there it is on the chart there for you. And you can see what happened, and this is what we were discussing yesterday, is the market went through this level and carried on higher, and therefore it indicated that the large degree trend was up because it had broken the resistance area and carried on. Let's come down to the 3-minute chart and see how this looked. So here's our 15-minute resistance area, and you can see even more obvious, it went straight through that. It then breached it to the upside, therefore large degree trend up, therefore it was perfectly okay to take this long trade setup there. So as I've already shown, this would have been held all day into the close. For the you advanced traders among you, you may have looked at this and said, well, because it's a gap up day, you'd known that the market is probably going to chop sideways, therefore you could have placed the DP on from the prior wave B swing, which is here at this particular level, and you could have said, well, perhaps I want to actually come out a little bit earlier, come out at this decision point level, and as a result bank possibly 2.4R. So that's another option for the more advanced traders among you who would have known after a gap up you probably would have had a sideways choppy day. Either way, the tools here allowed you to anticipate the large degree trend and also control your risk with our position sizing and give you an idea of how good profits were at the levels, and as such allowed you to make an informed decision. Let's have a look at the NQ. The NQ as well, there's our TS3 buy setup. If we place our DP on from our wave B, there it is up there, and if I drag the profit target down to that level, you can see at the wave B WPT, which is our area where we're anticipating a first minor kind of reversal, a potential 2.7R. Again, a very choppy, sideways, horrible day. Whether you want to take this TS3 buy setup later in the day is up to you. If you had have done, it would have been a -1R loss. Let's just look at that. You can see we didn't even reach the 100% initial risk level before coming down here, and would have been a losing trade. But the good thing about using correct position sizing is because we vary the number of lots, contracts or shares, it keeps your initial risk small and under control. So in other words, this loss, if you'd taken it, would have been what we call one risk unit, and as we'd already seen earlier, the profit would have been plus 2.6 or 2.7, was it? In other words, much larger than the losses, and that's what makes money over time. Let's have a look at the YM. Remember, we are not taking sell signals like this little history triangle here, we're only taking buy setups. So if we look at our buy setup here, there it is on the long side there. Exactly the same if I go to the 15-minute chart. I'll just place that DP on there as I did earlier to see where the larger degree trend resistance area is, and as you can see As with the ES, the YM breached it, therefore the large degree trend was deemed to be up. And you can see it there on our 3-minute chart. Therefore, this was a good buy setup to take. As with the ES, it never reached the first profit target. It just chopped sideways. But that's why it's good to do videos like this on days that are less than ideal, to show you how markets unfold when they are choppy and sideways and horrible, which obviously we know can and do unfold. If you'd held it into close, you'd have been a nice 3.4 profit. If you'd come in here and taken the profit at your decision point level around here off your wave B, you'd have had approximately the same level of profit, approximately 3.7R. There was an opportunity to pyramid or add to your original trade here. Went up and almost caught the first target there. But again, because it was choppy and horrible, at the very least, if you had pyramided here, you'd have probably at the very least had your stop to break even. So either way, a very choppy and horrible sideways day. But hopefully this has shown you how MTPredictor would have coped with this. In particular, how we'd have been able to have this TS3 buy set up on the ES and the YM. First of all, because our STF color was blue, and secondly, because we'd breached our larger degree 15-minute DP resistance zone, therefore the trend was up. Then how you manage the trade would have been up to you, but as you've seen, if you'd held into the close on both the ES and the YM, you would have had a nice profit. Or if you'd decided to come out at the DP from the wave B low, sorry, the wave B high or the wave B swing there, you would have had again a nice small profit on what was a very choppy and horrible day. So hopefully this has been a good look at how MTPredictor coped with a choppy and sideways horrible day, which is how the USE minis unfolded yesterday. But either way, you should have come out with at the very least a small profit, which is not bad on a choppy and horrible day.